If you think that isometrics are still just glorified wall sits, you're missing a huge part of the strength puzzle. Because when you actually look at the science, isometric training can help you with strength, muscle growth, force production, joint-friendly training, and even how well you maintain strength as you get older. So in this video, I'm giving you 12 science-backed reasons isometrics work, and a couple of these are way more powerful than most people realize. Stick around because the later ones are where this really starts to get interesting. First, let's clear up what an isometric even is. Dynamic training involves movement. The muscle changes length, the joint angle changes, and the weight travels through space. Isometrics are different in that you create force without visible movement at the joint. That sounds simple, but it changes the training effect a lot more than people think. And once you understand that difference, the whole rest of this video starts to click. Second, isometrics aren't some weird side category that barely counts as training. They sit right alongside the other major forms of muscular contraction. You've got concentric, eccentric, and isometric actions, and all three of them matter. That means isometrics are not some fake shortcut or gimmick. They are one of the basic ways that your body produces force, which already makes them way more legitimate than a lot of people give them credit for. Let's get into why they're becoming especially useful. Third, isometrics can actually help you warm up for better strength output. This is one of the sneaky good ones because a hard isometric done before a lift can help prime the nervous system and get you more ready to produce force, which already makes them way more legitimate than a lot of people give them credit for. In plain English, it can help wake your body up without a bunch of extra fatigue. So if you've ever wanted a warm-up that feels more like flipping the go switch than just wasting energy, this is where isometrics start to shine. Now, that last point matters because isometrics are simple, but simple doesn't always mean that people know what to do next. And that's where structure helps. Because if you're watching this and thinking, okay, this looks doable, but I would like a little bit more structure. My friend Hampton from Hybrid Calisthenics has an app called the Hybrid Calisthenics app that helps with exactly that. It's personalized to your current fitness level, tells you what exercises to do, when to rest, and when to move on based on your feedback. So if you want a simple, beginner-friendly way to start training without overthinking everything, you'll want to check it out here. Available on iOS and Android. Fourth, let's talk about the force time curve. Not the force velocity curve, the force time curve, because this is where things get real. Strength isn't just about how much force can you produce, it's also about how quickly you can produce it. Isometric training can improve force production early in a contraction, which matters a lot in a real athletic movement. Sports, lifting, combat, sprinting, jumping, all of that depends on producing force fast. So this isn't just about looking strong in a static hold, it's about teaching your body to hit the gas quicker. Fifth, the force velocity curve gives isometrics another big advantage. Normally, the faster you move, the less force you can produce. That's just one of the classic rules of muscle function. But with isometrics, there is no movement velocity, which means you can focus purely on force output. That makes isometrics a really useful tool when the goal is high force without the limitations that come with a moving load. In other words, you're not fighting speed here, you're just attacking force directly. Subscribe if you caught that Yu-Gi-Oh reference. Six, this stuff has a major neurological component. Isometric training can help your nervous system get better at recruiting motor units. That means you're improving your body's ability to actually use the muscle you already have. This is a huge deal because strength is not just about muscle size. Sometimes the issue is that your nervous system is leaving horsepower on the table. Isometrics help you tap into more of that horsepower, and that's one reason people can feel stronger from them even before they've built much new muscle. Seventh, that leads right into Henneman's size principle. And yeah, this sounds nerdy, but stay with me because it matters. Your body recruits motor units from low threshold to high threshold based on the force demand. The harder the effort, the more high threshold motor units you call in. So when you do hard isos, especially high effort ones, you're creating the kind of demand that brings more of that muscle online. That's a big reason intense iso work can have such a strong effect on strength adaptations, because basically the body pays attention when the demand is serious. Eighth, position matters, and that's where something like the iso chain or isomax triangle becomes really useful. Let me explain. Isometric strength is angle specific to a degree, and you get angle specificity spillover of up to 15 degrees in either direction, which means your strength gains tend to carry over most strongly around the position you train. Some people hear that and think it's a weakness, but it's not. It just means you can be strategic. You can train sticking points directly. You can attack weak joint angles directly. So instead of guessing where you're weak, you can go right to the crime scene and deal with it there. Ninth, intensity matters too. And this is where that Ivanov style intensity graph below idea comes in. Not all isometrics do the same thing. A low effort hold and a max effort overcoming iso hold are not the same. One might build endurance or control, but the other can drive strength and neural adaptations much harder. This is important because people love to say, I tried isometrics and they didn't do much. Yeah, and some people try squats by air squatting in the kitchen once next to the fridge. Intensity changes the outcome. 10th, yes, isometrics can help with hypertrophy. We actually have a video on it, which you can find here. This is one of the biggest myths people still get wrong. A lot of people think you need visible movement for muscle growth, but what muscles really respond to is tension, effort, and enough overall stimulus. Isometrics can create very high tension, especially when done hard and programmed well. Are they the only muscle building tool you need? No, but can they absolutely contribute to hypertrophy? Yes, and that matters a lot if you want more size without always beating up on your joints. That's important. 11, isometrics can also build muscular endurance depending on how you use tempo and hold duration. This is another reason they're versatile. Short, brutal efforts can emphasize force and neural drive. Longer holds can challenge local muscular endurance, control, and tolerance under tension. So, isos are not just one thing. They're more like a category with multiple gears. You can use them for max force, positional strength, tendon loading, endurance, even better body awareness. That versatility is a huge part of why they keep showing up in smart training systems. And 12th, this one matters the older you get. Iso strength work may help preserve strength and function with aging. And that's a big deal because strength loss doesn't just affect gym numbers, it affects everything. It affects balance, movement, confidence, and quality of life. Joint-friendly, controlled, scalable strength work becomes even more valuable over time. So when people treat isos like some niche method, they're missing the bigger picture. These things are useful for athletes, lifters, everyday people, and people trying to hold on to strength for the long haul. So when you put all of this together, isos are not just a random add-on. They can help you produce force faster, recruit more muscle, target weak points, build strength with less joint irritation, contribute to hypertrophy, improve endurance, and stay strong as you age. That's why I keep saying isos deserve more respect than they actually get. No, they're not magic and we never said that they were, but they absolutely are one of the most underrated tools in strength training as a whole.